everyone. It's great to be here today. I'm going to talk about leveraging AI to personalize the B2B buying journey, but just a little quick background about myself. I'm the VP of marketing at Clutch. Clutch is the leading global marketplace of business service providers. And if you're not familiar with us, we're on a mission to empower better business decisions by connecting you to the right service providers to help you meet your unique business needs. I've personally worked in B2B marketing orgs for the past 15 years, really at every stage of growth, early stage startups to 200 million plus businesses. So I've seen kind of the roller coaster of operating in different growth stage companies. And my specialty has really been in online review marketplaces throughout my career. So you may be familiar with a few of these brands. Started for quite a bit of time at Capterra, in the software space, spent some time at Cvent with their hospitality suite, and now at Clutch in the business services space. A little bit about me. I'm a mom of two young kiddos, 7 and 3. So that's where I spend most of my time. But when I'm not chasing them around, I'm a big reader. So definitely recommend any books and send those my way. I'm a foodie, married to a former chef. So we love trying new food experiences, and lover of all holidays, but especially Halloween, which I know is fast approaching. Just fun fact about myself, you probably wouldn't expect. My side hustle is that we live on a farm here in Charlottesville, Virginia, and we raise free-range turkeys. So when I'm not doing B2B marketing, that's what you'll catch me doing, more so marketing the farm, but preparing for some turkey sales this upcoming Thanksgiving. So diving in, we're going to talk about personalization with the rise of generative AI. And if you take one thing away from this presentation, it's that the future of B2B buying is personalized. And why does that matter to you? I think with the rise of AI, buyer expectations are rapidly shifting right now. And, what's really important is that with the rise of AI, it's exciting, it's dizzying. There's a lot for us to tackle as B2B marketers, but it's really important that you act now. Your peers are already implementing AI into their buyer experiences, and we're going to talk today around some of the examples that they're using to adopt this technology and really better deliver for their organizations and ultimately for their customers. So my hope is that you can walk away with a few thought starters and examples of how you might apply these use cases in your own creative way. So to recap, in this session, you'll learn how generative AI is transforming B2B buyer behavior and what we're seeing in terms of buyers' preferences on Clutch and more broadly in the market, and then how you can adapt your B2B marketing strategies to meet customer demand. So one quote I wanted to start off with is, earlier this year, we conducted a survey of over 500 small business leaders in the United States, and we found that 82% of them expected AI to disrupt their business in the next 5 years. The good news about that is that there's recognition of how quickly we need to adapt to take advantage of the rise of AI. And what we found really optimistic about this survey is that in spite of that, recognition that we all are about to go through massive change, their top 3 feelings about the rise of AI were excited, optimistic, and motivated. So let's talk now about what we're seeing as some of those early disruptions in the B2B space. And I think if we were to resurvey folks right now, we would have expected that 5-year window to have shrunk even shorter, because we're already seeing B2B buyers changing their behavior. So what do B2B buyers want from AI? When we say B2B buying is changing, really 3 things emerge. And we combed through thousands of reviews on Clutch and saw these themes time and time again in how buyers are looking to choose who to work with in their B2B purchases. This is true if you work in a business that sells business tools, business software, or business services, which is where we spend a lot of time. So first one, personalization. In a typical B2B sales experience, we've put buyers through a really uniform experience over the past several years. You talk to an SDR, maybe waste 20 minutes of your time explaining your business to see if you're qualified for them, then get passed to the real demo, only to find out it doesn't really have the capabilities you needed, or worse, maybe you're actually sold on the capabilities, but then through onboarding discover that that tool or that service doesn't actually have the capabilities to do what you need for your business. And so this is really the opposite of a personalized guided experience. And I think with the rise of AI and just consumer expectations, it's kind of table stakes now that businesses are able to skip over that generic sales process, that really cumbersome kind of many steps to get to the information that buyers are looking for, and give them that answer upfront with personalized information really tailored to their specific needs and pain points. Second, efficiency. We're all super busy. There's no shortage of projects and tasks that take away from our ability to focus on the big picture project and goals of our organizations. And then AI, on top of tighter economic conditions this year, have given buyers, I think, a really renewed focus on efficiency within their organizations and how they can do more with less, or do the same at a higher quality output for less cost. And then third, the way we're seeing AI kind of change buyer behaviors is they're wanting data-driven insights that can help speed up decision-making internally. I don't think any B2B buyers have said we have a shortage of data. We've been awash with data for the last several years, but I do think we have a shortage of real insights coming out of all that data that we're sitting on top of. And that's what AI has really helped highlight, is the opportunity to kind of pull out those insights. Metadata exists to solve this very problem, and buyers are increasingly looking for solutions and providers who can help give them the real nuggets of insight within that data within their business, not just the tools to help them do that themselves. Really, this I wanted to call out because these aren't new buyer preferences. In B2B, this may be a new way of thinking, but in the B2C space, these expectations around personalization have been the norm in e-commerce for quite some time. And I think we're just now kind of catching up to how can we take some of those lessons from our B2C counterparts and tailor experiences in the same personalized manner. So let's get into the meat. And what I hope here is to share some ideas of how you can put personalization into practice in your business and learn from some of the examples we're seeing. So on Clutch, we're seeing massive growth in terms of demand for people looking for AI services, 377% increase in searches for AI services year over year. And so I want to just start out before we get into these examples is you don't need to figure this all out by yourself. There are lots of great providers that have expertise of implementing AI use cases that you can find on Clutch and will really help accelerate your ability to do this. In that survey I mentioned earlier, we found that 77% of the small business leaders we surveyed expected the marketing department in particular to have an increased need for outsourced services with the rise of AI and how they were going to implement that. And I think the real underlying key takeaway here is that it was clear from the survey that leadership is expecting you as a B2B marketer to come up with a plan of what you're going to do with the rise of this technology. And so it's important that you can clearly articulate what that plan is and take some of these ideas and put that on paper as you plan for 2024 before that plan is given to you. So 3 examples I want to share here, and I think these are really creative and unique. So wanted to first start with Jessica Carroll from Any Software Tools shared an example around dynamic pricing. I think there's been a ton of debate around pricing transparency in B2B. And I think that might be a non-issue now with the capabilities that AI provide in terms of personalization. So Jessica shared they're doing just that by using AI to custom tailor prices on websites in the real time based on competitor pricing, what they know about that account visitor, supply and demand, other market factors. And so where we used to have to debate, should we show our pricing? That may change based on different dynamics. I think this is a really great example of how we can accelerate providing very transparent information to buyers to help guide them through the process, but still deliver that kind of personalized experience, because sometimes pricing isn't the same for every single account. Second example here is predictive analytics. I think we've seen a lot of use cases in the past around forecasting and internal analytics efficiency using AI. What I really loved about this example from Goals Media Group is that they're using AI to predict what content any given prospect would be most likely to engage with based on their past behavior. So this gave their team actionable data about what content they needed to produce more of in order to drive that expected return. And they didn't waste as much time developing content and assets that didn't drive expected results. So I thought that was a really unique customer facing example of how AI was helping kind of optimize resources and provide a better customer experience. And then third, segmentation. So rather than burdening your ops or your product marketing teams with a dozen different personas and ICPs, which really complexifies workflows and how you actually operate day to day. Nikhil at Arena uses AI within their customer data to automatically segment their customer personas into groups that were most alike, based not just by demographic or firmographic type things, which I think we're all familiar with doing, but more based on their past behavior. And so I thought that was a really great idea of how do you actually take all of the data that we've been collecting in our CRM and about past customer experiences and use it to accelerate and create more personalized examples. Building off of this, one example I'll share from our own clients at Clutch is that we've seen B2B buyers who are looking for service providers convert much better when the provider has examples of past clients they've worked with in that specific industry, and then creating a landing page with examples of projects they've done for the industry of that particular prospect. And so rather than having to manually create copy and 12 different landing pages for the different industries you might target, businesses are using AI tools to take that base landing page that you might have today and automatically generate variations of that copy and creative to really speed up how you can target folks in different parts of different industries. So, as B2B buyers are increasingly seeking these AI-driven solutions and experiences, I think marketers can continue to tailor strategies that align with this demand, right? Continuing to find unique ways that you can bring personalization into the experience. 3 more I'll share with you today. First one being account-based marketing. So we talked a little bit about segmentation in the last slide, but how could you use AI to hyper-personalize your ABM campaigns on an individual account basis? So I've seen companies using AI to target, specific account names, company names, and logos in their LinkedIn ad creative and paid social campaigns. And, that really sticks out in a feed of what is by and large very similar creative when there's something sort of hyper personalized to your specific company. And so I think AI is helping businesses speak directly to the pain points and goals of each targeted account and really personalize the creative and assets, and then all the way through the sales experience, making sure that it really speaks to that unique buyer's experience. Second, customer support. This one might fall a little outside of marketing's realm, but if you have a customer marketing function or a CX group, chatbots were by and large the most frequently mentioned use case we saw when looking for ways that people were adopting AI to improve the customer experience. So definitely, I think we're seeing lots of folks use chatbots to efficiently handle common issues, make sure FAQs are programmed into them so that buyers visiting your website, coming to your help center are getting answers that they need in real time and not having to wait to contact and correspond with someone, which could take, several hours or days. And then third, social media campaigns. So the generative image and video technology is accelerating at rapid speed. And I would think about how you might be able to use AI to streamline creation of different social templates and videos in particular. Even really tactical items within videos like transitions, music, editing, all really great use cases. You no longer have to be an expert video editor to create really professional, tailored video, which we know performs best on social. So even if you do outsource video production, your team should be able to deliver, faster and better quality creative with these AI improvements to video editing technology. So all great tactical examples, I think, of how you can take this technology and think about specific processes that you may be using today and ways that you can continue to drive that efficiency. Really great quote here I wanted to share is that as AI tools become more sophisticated, still really important that you lean on specialized expertise of different outsourced providers and people who are going to be able to help you effectively use the tools to derive the maximum value from them. So yes, you can take on some of this AI implementation internally, but relying on outsource business providers can really help you retain that human touch as you do. So last but not least, what's in it for you? I think there's really three outcomes that we can look to in terms of the benefits that B2B marketers can expect to get from adopting AI personalization. The first is improved customer engagement. This can be seen through more time on your website, interacting with your content, as we talked about, and then higher NPS scores. The second is more conversions, which I think we're all looking for. You can see prospects more likely to sign up for demos, interact with your sales team, and ultimately close more deals when they feel uniquely understood in your sales process. And then third, efficiency. This year in particular, I think do more with less is probably something we've all heard. And by adopting AI into your processes, you can see lower customer acquisition costs, accelerated pipeline, and shorter payback periods when you're adopting these tools, effectively allowing you to allocate resources better. I think this is especially timely as we're going into budgeting season and thinking about 2024, really having a clear plan around how you're going to think about AI to deliver more outcomes with fewer expenses or streamline time to market. So again, key takeaway I really want to instill in everyone is that embracing AI-powered personalization use cases is not just a choice at this point. It's really table stakes to serve the B2B buyers in the ways that they prefer and compete effectively. So I hope that you've taken away some actionable insights and great use cases of how you'll be able to apply this within your business.